Hey YouTube, it's Brian here, the Unlikely Runner, just doing a midweek check-in as well as a post-race review. I'm actually going to do two separate videos for the two races that I've run recently, just because I feel like they both warrant their own video. First off was the Dumont 5K in Dumont, New Jersey. I ran this last weekend, and I got a couple of pros and couple of cons for this location and this race. First off, overall, a really nice course, well laid out, not a lot of twists and turns. I did enjoy the fact that you stay fairly close to the high school where the staging area is at, and they had the music on over the loudspeaker, so you could hear it through a good portion of the course. And you could definitely get into it. I'm not typically a runner that runs with music. But I could definitely appreciate the ability to hear the music over the majority of the course. I also enjoyed the finish with it coming onto the high school track, and you basically do one lap to the finish line. It provides for a really nice area for photo ops, as well as a nice area for your friends and family to wait for you while you finish the race. Post-race amenities was pretty standard. I did not stick around for the awards ceremony because I felt like it was just too late, and I had to move on to some other things during the day. And some downsides, you know what? One last thing I got to mention on the positives. They had a really nice shirt, nice design, nice colors. Just a really, really nice looking shirt, and I can definitely see myself using this tech shirt, multiple times. Some downsides to the course. First off, I didn't particularly care for the start area. Understand that it's off the main street there, and it's not directly visible from the start staging area. You have to be really kind of looking for it, and I had to ask for directions to get there. While it's not difficult or impossible to see or to find, it was, like I said, it was just a little weird. If just maybe a couple of signs or something indicating that the start line was just over there might have made it a little easier to find it. Once I realized that it was basically the two columns of balloons, that's it was pretty easy after that. The other thing I didn't really particularly care for was that it was gun timed, not chip timed. Or individually chip timed. There were quite a few runners at this particular race. And it's nice to be chip timed versus gun timed, especially with that many runners. Overall, a really nice course, well laid out, lots of police presence, lots of volunteers, plenty of water stations, just a really nice experience. I didn't expect the hills at the finish, or near the last within the last mile of the race. I really didn't expect them, but it was nice to see them. The first couple miles of the course were really flat, extremely fast. You really kind of get into your groove, and then you hit the hills, and then you get to finally work your final hill to the finish line. Really nice. And the only other thing that might be kind of a turnoff for this particular event is the price. While it's not at the high end of pricing for 5Ks, it's certainly not what I would consider a budget race. And if you've got several people running, You know, it could add up rather quickly. The funds are going to families in distress inside of Dumont, and I speculate that the shirts cost a little bit of money, and that's probably where a good chunk of the entry cost goes to, is covering the cost of that shirt. Again, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I think it's a good course. Definitely worth getting out and running. Not particularly budget friendly, especially if you're going to run a bunch of races. I think there are other races in the area that offer the same or better race experience for less money, and I'll just leave it at that. Thanks for taking the time to check out my video. I don't know what I've got coming up next, but my next race review is for the Closter 5K, so come back for that.